Hello everyone, it is Justin, your Eagle Skipper here with episode 15 of Journey to the Top, here with Darlington FC. Since you were last with me, 3 games have been played, followed up our 1-1 draw with Fylde with another 1-1 draw, this time against Hedensford. That was a really pathetic game. Jarell Kwanzaa scored a nice header off of a corner in the 10th minute, but then nothing happened for the rest of the game until the 84th minute when they scored an equalizer. Next up, we had a 1-0 victory against Hereford, where Charman scored off of a free kick in the 25th minute, and Kumwenda had, it's not called clear-cut chances anymore, but in previous years they were called clear-cut chances. He had about 5 clear-cut chances, hit the post 4 of those times, and then had a very pathetic miss with the 5th one. And then we followed that up with a 3-0 home defeat against bottom of the table Altrincham. Now we're going to be facing Whitby, a lower league team in the FA Cup second qualifying round, and then later on we're going to be playing Blyth in a rivalry game. I have completely botched our morale and our atmosphere in the team. Nobody opposes me, but Nicky Hunt has come in saying that he expects to start more games because I signed him as a star player, and he's really not really up to snuff. I let him play that last game where we lost 3-0. I'm not starting him again today. But today, since it is a lower level team, we're going to give Omar his first run out. Ali Omar, he's a English Somali player, joined us from Barnsley this summer. Decent all-around player, has had some mixed training. I've had to shout at him a little bit, also had to praise him a couple times. That was nice. But anyways, this is the team that we're going to be putting out to face Whitby from the start. We've got Allen in goal, a back four of Gilbert, Omar, Kwanzaa, and Hughes, with Savage, Keane, and Hatfield making up our midfield 3. Carvalho is ahead of them, and leading the way we have Connolly and Charman. So let's get into this match, and let's hope that this game against Whitby can be a morale booster for the team, because we could really use a boost in morale for the team after this long run of patchy form. Let's point our fingers and tell them that we're expecting a much better performance today. Let's tell them, the defenders, we have faith. Let's tell the midfielders, I want you to control midfield, and attackers, go grab some goals. And let's see if it shows us the opening kickoff. We're in our black and white striped away or home. Our black and white stripe kits. We're going to be keeping an eye on that. Omar is looking nervous, but is playing better than anybody else on the field in the opening 10 minutes. So that's good stuff from the debutant, or the debutant. I don't know what I'm talking about. All I know is that Hatfield is playing with Hughes pretty nicely, and Hughes getting really far forward, putting it across, wanting Lee Connolly, who hits the post, and Charman, completely bungles the rebound, hits the post. I'm telling you guys, we have hit the post about 15 times this season. It is really encouraging that we're able to get that many chances, but if we're not able to do anything with those chances, we have a mid-table team at best. But while I'm talking about hitting the post, the highlight has continued, and Gilbert puts in a shot, or it looked like it was a shot. Didn't really end up being a shot at the end, and Hatfield has picked up a stubbed toe. We're going to have to be looking at his fitness for the rest of this game. He can still run, so he's going to stay on there. When he gets to the point that he is completely tired, his heart has been depleted, we'll take him off and bring on somebody who can play there. But Hughes puts in another early cross, which we're supposed to be working the ball into the box. Don't know what he was thinking there. But they're surveying the field. Can only get as far as Keane. And that's some nice linkage play from our midfield. And Gilbert has got some space. Going to pick out a cross, most likely, wanting to find Luke Charman. Puts in a header, and Luke Charman scores his 8th of the season. Nice little header. Brilliant find from Gilbert from really far back. Again, not really working the ball into the box, but a goal is a goal. I will take it. The Whitby players just did not close down Gilbert whatsoever. And though Charman was marked, the defender was facing the wrong way, so he couldn't see when the ball was coming or where it was, and Charman took advantage. Brilliant stuff, boys. And Carvalho puts in some nice little defending, but Allen completely falls asleep there at the back. Good gosh, just fire them up. They don't look like they want to play. Allen has been putting in some poor performances as of late. I'm going to rotate around goalkeepers if he continues to play poorly, but we're going to give him a chance. And Carvalho's got a corner. He hits Kwanzaa right on the head, but he can't direct it goalward. Good effort, though, to get open. And this highlight is starting out from a goal kick. Taking a long time to decide to want to kick it from the goalie. And Hatfield isn't able to reach the ball, and who is that? Kwanzaa was completely out of position, but Allen gets a nice little stop. Hughes gets it out. Easton Hughes has been one of our top performers. Him and Kwanzaa have had over a 7 in every single game as of this point. Allen collects it nicely there. Hughes and Kwanzaa are going to have to step up if they're going to want to continue to play in this specific match. And that brings us to halftime. Winning on XG, but XG doesn't matter as much as actual goals. Imagine that. So I'm going to point my finger at them, tell them to go grab that one goal. Tell the midfielders I'm disappointed in them. Attackers, I'm disappointed in them as well. Going to leave the defenders alone. They're looking kind of nervous. May take Omar off here shortly as well. Keane is also not playing very well in his first start for the club. And Kwanzaa scores his second header of the season. His 16 jumping is really coming in handy, even if it was only at 10 in heading. May want to work on that in training, but Carvalho puts in a nice pass. Keane looks like he thought he was going to get it. Didn't really understand that Kwanzaa was the one who Carvalho was aiming for. But the two of them, they were on the same page, and that's all we can really ask for. Let's see if Carvalho can put in another nice corner. Wanting to find somebody, the defender missed it, but wasn't able to find any of the Darlington players. And Charman puts in a cross, can't find anybody, but Carvalho's got it back out, putting in basically a second corner, except everybody's out of position. And Hatfield, one touch in the back of the net. Brilliant stuff from Will Hatfield. Nice team passing for the club. Omar is looking really complacent. We don't want to see that from the back, so we're going to bring Broughton on just to give some cover in midfield, or cover in the defense even, and we're going to bring Jared Bird on for Jordan Keane. Not really impressing in his first start for the club. That's going to be it for now, and they've got an actual highlight, it appears, while I was making those changes. Let's hope we can snuff this one out. Looks like Gilbert is going to be able to get onto that one, and that's the end of that highlight. And got a bit of a goal kick. Allen gets it up to Broughton, surveying the midfield, finds Carvalho. Carvalho finds Gilbert, who was pushing really far forward. I've switched Gilbert and Hughes to be fullbacks because they were really doing good this season when they were doing that. And speaking of good, Luke Charman already with his 9th goal of the season. Fantastic stuff. Great find from Gilbert. That's really what Gilbert brings that Kenyon doesn't. Gilbert has been finding these big, long crosses, and Gilbert's got some decent potential, and Kenyon has fulfilled his potential, according to my coaches. So I think you'll be seeing more of, Paul Gilbert? It is Paul Gilbert. Year into his tenure here at the club, really starting to show what he's made of. Let's bring Undunson on for Hughes. Hughes has been ever present for the team, but let's just give him some rest. He deserves it. And Undunson has been playing very well for our under-18 club, or under-18 side, and we just need to see what we've got with him, because I think he can be a part of our future, because it's quite clear that Hughes is too good for this club. He's not going to be here very long, but we're going to get the most out of him that we can while he's still here. And Connolly was playing really poorly positioned, is able to get Charman to be able to get onto the ball after confusing his defender, who is marking him pretty heavily. And Gilbert, looking to find another run, finds Connolly. Connolly, unselfish play, gets it back to Carvalho, who hits the crossbar, number 16 on the season. If we could turn half of those into goals, we would be set. But poor finishing is the name of the game at this point. But we did end up winning this game 4-1 after a brilliant comeback from halftime. Tell them it was a good win, get some inspiration, get some morale after I bungled the morale in the last, since you were last with us. That's what we've got. Who was the man of the match? I didn't even pay attention. Let's see here. Paul Gilbert. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Average rating over the past 5 games is 7.54. Brilliant stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording and get you back with us when we get into our next match. And we're back for our game against Blyth. Since you were last with me, Owen Gallagher here, who was originally a star player. He signed as a star player in on some big money for this level. And he said, hey, I haven't been playing. Can you get me some starts? Because I'm supposed to be a star player. And I said, actually, you're going to need to be a squad player. He was like, you know what? That's pretty fair. And then like 2 days later, he comes back and says, I am upset that you made me a squad player. Why on earth would you do that? Okay, Owen, you agreed to this. Second, it's simply tactical. We're not playing a 4-4-2, and he's really a winger more than anything. And Gilbert, as you can see, has been the best man over the past. What happened? No, I don't want Snedden out on the left back. I want Gilbert on left back. Anyways, that's what we've got. This team, pretty much more of the same. I did bring Broughton back in. He and Kwanzaa play very well together. Brought Bird back up into midfield, and Kumwenda's getting the start over Connolly, who's been in some poor form. In fact, let me come discuss it with him, criticize his recent form, say you try to pick yourself up in the next few matches. That's pretty good. Dynamics overall have been decent. Nicky Hunt's not really going to get any playing time. Pretty upset by that. Really want to keep him at this club, but if he's not up to snuff, he's not up to snuff, and I'm not going to sacrifice the good of the team for that, even if he is our vice captain. I'm going to tell everybody that I have faith in them, that they can make the difference, and then we'll get into this match against Blyth, our local rivals, Darlington, in our black and white striped zebra uniforms. Griffiths puts in a long throw, does find his man, and Carvalho is closing them down pretty decently. That's something that I've noticed that Carvalho's been doing better this year than he did last year, is closing down the opposition. Gilbert's giving them some space, wanting Savage to come over and give him some help, especially since there's 2 guys there playing in that spot. Broughton, nice little header, sneaks forward, heads it down to Carvalho, who's able to find Hatfield, who does find Charman. Luke Charman turns, finds Gilbert out wide. Gilbert, going in, looking to give some people some time to get into the box, puts in a cross once. Luke Charman. Charman hits the post, number 17 on the season. And Gilbert is able to get that clearance, but nothing else comes of the highlight. I'm telling you, 17 times we've hit the post. If we can put half of those in to the net, we would be doing much better. Let's fire up the team. That's unfired them up, getting them complacent, anxious, frustrated, red smiley faces, or I guess it's red frowny faces, not really smiling. Bird puts in a ball out wide for Gilbert. Gilbert wanting to pick somebody out, can't find anybody, and is needing to sprint back into position even, and Broughton wants to close down Gray, gets a nice tackle in, hoofs it forward, wanting to find Kumwenda, who really plays with his back to the ball a little bit too much. I'm going to try to switch around his player instructions to try to get him to be more of, let's see here, deep lying forward, maybe? Yeah, maybe a deep lying forward on attack, because we do want him going forward a bit, but he's playing just a little bit too much, trying to beat the offside trap, not really coming forward to get the ball when it's coming towards him. But we have some nice passing play, and like we said, the analysts say that we have some of the best passing in the league. And Kumwenda does win us a penalty. Luke Charman is going to try to get his 10th goal of the season. With this penalty, he steps up and fires it into the bottom corner, and that is indeed his 10th goal of the season. Luke Charman, fantastic stuff. Really our key player. Him, Hughes, and Gilbert are indispensable for this team. Keeper is able to pick the right way, but isn't able to get far enough out. Good stuff, Charman. Good stuff. And Kumwenda, good job winning that penalty. That wasn't easy, and you're able to do it. Bird, I don't like how many yellow cards he's picking up. But either way, we are winning on XG. We are winning on the scoreline. I'm going to outstretch my arms, tell them I'm pleased, get some morale in, because that's really what we're lacking for the moment. Hughes is not playing well today. I'm going to look at taking him off for Undunson. Kwanzaa gets in a nice little header, but isn't able to direct that goalward. And I think at the 55-minute mark, I am going to take off Hughes. I'm going to get Keane on out there and bring Kwanzaa out on the right. I did not put Undunson on the bench. That's a bit of an oversight on my end, but decent all around. I'm going to take Kumwenda off, bring on Connolly, click confirm, and let this one play out. Savage is struggling for fitness. He's on half of a heart. Let's take him off for James Snedden, give him a little run out, confirm the sub. Snedden's head coach came to talk to me saying he hasn't gotten much play time recently, and I said, yeah, that's because he's not in good form, and he backed down, but I'm going to give him a little bit of chance to earn a place back in the team, and Charman's really got to get on side, especially since Kwanzaa is definitely going to win that ball, puts it up, does find Charman. Charman loses it pathetically, and they are on the attack once again, but Keane was able to sniff that one out. Bird, huge ball over the top, wanting Charman. Charman is unselfish at that moment, realizing that he doesn't have an opportunity to score, tries to find Carvalho, who was really late with his run, and Kwanzaa is playing way too far forward. I'm going to bring him back as a fullback on defend, and Jordan Keane is about to get sent off. Good gosh. What can we do? What can we do? Bird is going to drop back. So is Snedden. Let's play them like that. We'll put Broughton right there. Gilbert, you're going to be a no-nonsense. Kwanzaa, you're also going to be no-nonsense. Let's put Broughton right here. Let's tell you to sit narrower. Okay, let's tell you to sit narrower. Okay, and hopefully this is enough to do something for this game. Actually, let's bring Carvalho back a little bit. He can stay in that sort of general area, but we're just going to have to see out the rest of this game. Let's put it on cautious. All of that looks fine, and we'll let this one continue. Really going to want to just see out this game at the moment, the way it is heading. It's really bad stuff from Keane, the new signing, really supposed to be someone in the midfield. Hughes was not playing well, and, well, Keane really is putting us in a bad position. Getting some nice passing from the team. Gilbert, who sit forward, no one was there. Poor decision making from Paul Gilbert, who has been getting a lot of plaudits recently for his play. Ooh, and Allen, whew, that was a nice save from the keeper. Let's put it on very defensive. That's right, Mr. Assistant Manager. That's really what we should be doing at the moment. Excuse me. And Bird gets himself sent off. I am flabbergasted. And that is not a word that I use very often, but that is the only word to describe what I am feeling right now. 2 red cards. Look, guys, I know this is our rivals, but you can't do that. And that's why, because we get a 90-minute Good gosh, let me shout at the team. Fire them up, because this is just pathetic. And it didn't even set the very defensive. I'm going to tell them they were unlucky, but where are those 2 guys? Where did they go? Where's the red cards? Keane and Bird. Where are you, Bird? Very disappointed in the both of you. Why are you demotivated? Just don't get sent off. It's not that hard. Well, that's the way the cookie crumbles. 1-1 draw. That puts us into 11th place, only 2 points outside of the playoffs. Filed, meanwhile, did manage to jump ahead of us into 6th place. Gateshead and Kidderminster are really starting to show that they are the top dogs this season. That's going to do it for today's episode. If you enjoyed that, go ahead and leave a like, drop a comment if you'd like to be included as one of our youth players, and hit that red subscribe button if you'd like to join us on this journey to the top.